Please disregard the first 5 minutes of horrible audio because of my incapability to put in my headphones, and just know that the rest of it is fine after that. So enjoy.
Welcome back, people. It is episode 22 of season 6 of the Taxi Squad podcast. We got a fair amount of things to get into today. Before we do, like, follow, subscribe, maybe share with a friend. We got wholesome, strange, and unusual topics about college pitchers. We have some also disturbing, strange, and unusual topics about our favorite football team, aka not so favorite football team. We have some new news about the SEC Football Confederation. We also have an air it out plan for that. MLB talk, a little bit of NBA playoff talk, the finals, and what those are going to look like, the NHL Stanley Cup finals, Eastern and Western playoffs, and of course, a little bit of NFL. We'll see. It's the Taxi Squad podcast.
Come on, everybody, celebrate. The Taxi Squad is here today. So lose the blues, kick back and relax for now. We talk about sports and stupid stuff. We're probably wrong and it might get rough. So welcome back. It's the Taxi Squad. Yeah.
Vince, dude, where'd your glasses? Where'd your glasses go? You're trying to get me to break the entire intro.
I know. I look too fast. I found these in my house the other day, and they are just the fastest glasses I've ever seen.
They are like the free glasses they give you when you go to like a golf outing.
No, these aren't free, dude. These had to be $800. They're Iron Man's.
You think? Are they? Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see how much.
That's what those
Iron Man sunglasses. Google.com. Yeah, $30 for these, Mike, free.
Dude, you look like you're gonna get drunk at your kid's 8U baseball game. Right now.
And yell at the umpire and get kicked out.
Right, that's how you look in those. That's
I did that too with Dad when I was an umpire.
Really? You were an umpire?
Yeah. I was an umpire, and I quit early, very early.
How old?
Because of this exact reason.
How old were you?
What'd you say?
How old were you?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had to pop in my headphone. I was like 12, 13.
12, 13? Okay.
Yeah, and I did instructional, and this softball dad was just screaming at me. And my brother was there, and he was yelling at him, and he's like, get your shit together, fuck you. And I was like, yeah, dude, fuck you. And then I kicked him out.
Oh,
he's like, it's a horrible lump. And I was just like, dude, this is not that important. Like, get over yourself, you know?
Oh, Vince, that's way before your testicles dropped. You had to sound like a Mickey Mouse man.
Yeah.
Visit, sir. Do the best I can.
Hey,
that's my zone.
It was just
that's my zone.
Softball isn't even... I don't even know where they're supposed to throw the ball in softball. I've never played it.
Trying to make a couple extra...
Get out of here. Leave. You're kicked out, Ken. Never return. Black mark on your coaching career. Your daughter's never going to make it. I don't think his daughter did make it. Yeah, so.
Well, I mean, what is she going to make? College.
Yeah.
College.
I was like, college softball rocks, dude.
College softball is really neat. Yeah. Some of those girls are amazing. Yeah, that's the one thing, like, you don't see professional softball players like how you see professional WNBA
except for Jenny Finch. She was the one.
Jenny Finch was cool. Low-key babe. Jenny Finch.
It was like Jenny Finch and Lisa Leslie when we were younger. Those were the two, like...
Didn't Drake claim he learned the game from her?
He learned basketball from Lisa Leslie?
Allegedly. Like, doesn't he have a line like that? That's like the most Drake shit ever if he did.
I don't know, dude. I don't listen to Drake.
You don't like the Iceman, Vince?
I think it's so cheeks. And I stopped listening to it halfway through, so sorry if it's good at the end.
It's very Drake. It's very, like, he's, like, talking to you, and then he sings a little tune.
Well, I saw a meme, and it was so funny because it was like, yeah, I ran out of batteries, went to the Walgreens, bought some batteries, put it in my remote. Click, turn on the TV. You're like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't need to know that.
Or Drake just starts talking to you like what he's doing, and it's like this thing, that beginning like hymn of a tune that's about to go into a beat, and he's just like, "So Wednesday, record a podcast with my boy Vince. Don't even know what we about to talk about tonight." Like that's the point.
Tequila
that's
sunrise
the point.
on a back patio. You're like, okay.
Like, I put ice cubes in my rosé. Call me
throw
the
the
ice
ball
man.
60 yards, Caleb Williams. I ran out of batteries, so I went to the store and got some. You're like, okay, good job. He doesn't have anything to rap about. I thought Millie Bobby Brown was cute when she was 5. And you're like, ew, bad.
Oh, God.
You can't do that,
Lord.
Drake. You're not allowed to do that. That's bad. Yeah.
I mean, I like some of the songs, but you can't listen to it. It all starts to blend together after you get through like track 8. I tried to listen to it in the gym a couple days ago, and I got to like track 8, and I'm like, okay, all of this sounds the same.
It's the same thing. He was so good on YMCMB, and then he just lost his spark for me, and it never returned. Really.
And then like he'll just throw out some things and be like, "We used to be brothers, but we're not brothers because you're not my brother, and you used to be my brother. So tonight you're not my brother, but yesterday you were my brother, and then tomorrow
brothers
you're
and
not."
brothers, 2 brothers brewery. And you're like, okay.
You're like, okay, so you were a brother, but now you're no longer a brother. Trust me, I hear the chatter. He always hears the chatter, no matter where it is. He
knows what they're talking about. It's because he's chronically online. Yeah, I'm out on Drake, personally. You want to know who I'm in on is Black/6lack, because his album rocks.
Vince, you've been on that guy for a long time.
I know, and his album rocks, and it's awesome, and his song with Leon Thomas is awesome. Listen to that.
Well,
don't work out to it. It's real chill.
See, that's the thing. I need I need workout tunes, and the only thing I resort back to
R&B, Mike.
I know, but I resort back to like Black Rob and Mystical and Ludacris when I work out. It's like that's what I do. It's just like Mystical screaming at you. Just
damn, that's actually good. I might do that next because I've been listening to Tupac, Biggie, and J. Cole.
Well, yeah, those are all good ones, you know.
But I'm trying to get it
wrong, but you
and you're like, whoa,
exactly.
Mystical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mystical, when he was produced by Pharrell, some of the best hip hop out, period.
What is it? 5 count every single dun 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 down in it? No, it's a 3 count every time he does.
Or it's a 4 count of
something like that.
Each thing.
Yeah.
Now I do love the Pusha T record. That was fantastic. The new Kanye was okay. And then
I didn't know there was new Kanye.
Yeah, he came out with it. What?
I put on the no anti-Semitism thing on my Twitter, so it doesn't come up. You know.
Oh, I think Kanye he apologized for that because
he did. He said, "Shout out to all my gay Jewish rappers." I'm like, all right, everybody's good.
He's good now. He's good now, right? He's all right in the eyes of BB.
He's on something, man.
We could operate a whole other music podcast with the knowledge of hip hop.
I don't have the bandwidth, dude. I need to talk sports, baby.
We just got to talk sports, and every now and again, you let the music flag fly.
Yeah. Music's my second love. Sports is my first love. It is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, one could say the 2 and 2 go together, okay? But sometimes just like wholesome things go together, right?
Yeah.
Sports and wholesome things can go together too.
5 out of 10.
Usually, right? That was like a 6 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, give yourself an
6
extra
out of
10.
10.
Sure. Fuck it, be nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll be nice to myself. So mid segue, but a fun, strange, and unusual. And usually, Mike is bringing very aggressively sexual, strange, and unusuals,
or just what I'm violent, or but
or violent, or oh, right. Which don't get me wrong. Let him cook. I got some up myself. But here's a little wholesome, strange, and unusual for you.
Mm-hmm.
UCLA freshman Angel Cervantes made his postseason debut on Sunday in the UCLA's Big Ten Conference Tournament Championship in baseball. Yeah. Now, the big talk about UCLA baseball at this time is about Rock Chalowski being maybe the best shortstop in all of college baseball, going to be the first pick taken overall by the White Sox, which is just going to add to this epic farm system we have right now. And, you know, who knows? Playoff talks, right? Playoff talks.
Some people are saying.
But Mr. Cervantes has a little friend he brings with him on the mound, Vincent. Do you know who that little friend is?
It's Triceratops, dude.
It's his little toy Triceratops by the name of Jerry the Dinosaur.
Jerry.
He accompanies him to the mound every start, every game. Jerry is with him. According to Cervantes, Jerry the Dinosaur has been with him on the mound for every appearance over the course of his freshman season. The results have been pretty good. Cervantes is posting a 3.86 ERA, run average over 44.5 innings. Pretty good. So they trusted him in a big spot, giving Cervantes the start against Oregon in the championship game in the Big Ten. The young right-hander kept the Ducks off the board, but ultimately got a no decision in the game. The broadcast on Sunday's game pointed out Jerry the Dinosaur. Cervantes keeps Jerry in his back pocket, but places him just behind the rubber on the mound while he's throwing.
Because of Spider Tack, I'll never be able to do this in the MLB, but this is very fun for college. I'll say that.
Well, like what are you going to put?
He's going to cover Jerry. He's going to cover Jerry Bear in Vaseline, dude.
How, dude? No, he's not. That would be a very sticky little boy.
Jerry Bear is going to be soaked when he gets to the MLB.
Pause. Yeah. Here's a wonderful.
It's going to be a triceratops, if you will.
Ew.
Okay, go on.
Here's a wholesome quote. He's just my little guy that's just hanging out with me. Sometimes when I look down, I put my hand on my lid and I like to take 2 breaths, and that's what I'm looking at the whole time. He calms me down, Cervantes said. I know it might sound a little childish, but I mean, whatever works for you, and that's what works for me. So he's going to be here for a long time. Shout out to Jerry the Dinosaur.
Yeah, I feel like Jerry's done some weird things in his past, though. They got to look into that.
Vince, he's a toy dinosaur.
Dude, they got 10 people on the field, bro. That's not allowed.
He's not a person. He's a little dinosaur guy.
Oh, so now we're going pro dino on the field. Can't do steroids, but you can put dinos on the field. That's unbelievable.
Dude, I saw a meme the other day of a pro dinosaur, Tony Soprano.
A pro dinosaur Tony Soprano?
And it was like a voiceover. It was like, T, you're not going to believe this.
This is anti-dinosaur.
I just saw a triceratops at the Bing. Bully, are you fucking serious right now? Why the fuck did you call me? There's a fucking triceratops major at the fucking Bing, and you're not going to tell me?
I love dinos, dude. Freeman got me back on the dinos.
I just think it's a fun one. It's a fun little strange, dude.
I agree, because the other one's not fun, but this one is fun. I like his triceratops. Again, like, he's not going to be able to do this professionally, but it's fun in college.
But why wouldn't the MLB allow him to do this?
You can't bring things. You can't bring foreign objects onto the mound. You're not allowed to.
What if they approve childish little things like Jerry the Dinosaur? Like,
well, then someone's gonna be like, well, this is my favorite chapstick, and then boom, it's Spider Tack.
Well, listen. Okay, hypothetically, all right, Jerry the Dinosaur can't carry anything on him.
Why not?
What is he gonna put? It's not like he's rubbing Jerry each time for good luck.
You rub Vaseline on the little underbelly of Jerry D.
Yeah, but he only touches him when he puts him down, and then
that's all you need. A little bit of stick, a little bit of stick stack. Jerry's up to some shit, bud. Open your eyes.
You find Jerry to be nefarious.
You're blinded. You're blinded by Jerry Bear's cuteness, dude. I'm seeing right through it. I see the shit they got going on with Jerry Bear over there, dude.
I just want to know what Rock Chalowski thinks about him. Right?
He's probably like, why the fuck is this guy bringing a little baby dinosaur on the baseball field?
I think it's great. I think it's just awesome. I love Jerry the Dinosaur.
Dude, watch this guy adorable. Like pitch one time and land on Jerry and then just eat shit. And you're like, all right, get rid of Jerry.
Yeah, he gets impaled by a toy dinosaur on the pitching mound.
He gets the horn of the triceratops right into his toe, and you're like, all right, we're done with Jerry Bear. Time to put him down.
Turf toe because of Jerry.
You know what I think? Put Jerry down, dude.
No, I like Jerry.
I don't know, dude. We're diametrically opposed here. I'm anti-Jerry. Just kidding. He's cute as hell. There's no reason you should hate this.
Well, Vince, some people are anti-Jerry. I'll tell you what, a lot of people in Wisconsin are going anti-Josh.
I
might just mid on the segues tonight. I might just not
okay.
do good on segue.
You could have said anti-Jerry. You could have said the Bulls fans across the U.S.
See, Vince, you got, listen, you got me in my own head now. I'm super in my own head about my segues now.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know. You got to get on a 2-wheeled handlebar thing and go around Washington, D.C. to get back on your Segway. Let's get it.
Okay, maybe I'll be a part of the 2026 Segway team.
Hey,
That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do in the
as
Olympics.
long as you keep your hands to yourself.
So not Jerry, but Josh Jacob Jingleheimer Spit, currently with the Green Bay Packers, was arrested this week in Wisconsin following a reported domestic disturbance where he was reportedly charged with 5 counts of aggravated battery. 1, battery domestic abuse. 2, criminal damage to property domestic abuse. 3, disorderly conduct domestic abuse. 4, intimidation of the victim. And 5, strangulation and suffocation of reported on this felony charge. Now, all these charges are alleged.
Yeah.
He's been formally charged yet? The answer is no. He was released from jail. He was arrested and booked. Police believe there was probable cause. Formally charged and convicted. Prosecutors decided enough evidence exists to move forward in court. Jacob's attorneys released a statement saying that he vehemently denies these allegations, believes important evidence has not been made public, and is asking for restraint while the investigation continues. Vince, your thoughts?
If it's true, really bad.
Okay.
If it's false, really bad.
Yeah.
Can't be doing this stuff. That's the thing. Like right now, I don't want to have an opinion because this is really fucked up. It's like a Ray Rice situation, dude. And that clearly happened and that's horrible. One thing I will say is that all these guys are dating the same people. And there seems to be an issue with that. And even in the NBA, it's a very similar thing too. But this one, it's she's been talked about with a couple different people. If he did this out of jealousy or some psychotic thing, you're like, oh God, there's so many charges on this. There's so many charges. So they're going to have to look into it. He was booked. He was released without any charges against him. But you hope he didn't do it, really. But then if that's the case, then why is she crying wolf? It's a sketchy situation. It really is.
Who is she now, Vince?
Ash Cash, I think her name is.
And what does she do, Vince?
She posts pictures of herself online, I think. Haven't seen them myself. But she's a famous Instagram / I believe OnlyFans girl. I think.
Oh, see?
Again, I don't know shit. I don't know shit.
Listen, if she's comfortable, posting the cornhole for all to see for $1 and a cost, who knows what that lady's capable of. I'm not saying I'm not for women empowerment.
She has a link. Can confirm. I don't know what she posts. I don't know if it's bikini pictures or if she's fully nude or whatever, but it's just it seems like a weird combo. It seems like he shouldn't be getting himself in that and she shouldn't be getting in that.
If you got the link, you're probably up to some other things. That's all I'm saying.
Who knows? That's what I'm saying. It's hard to say yes, this did happen, this didn't happen. I really don't want to be on the wrong side of history here. If something comes out where you're like, oh no, but
I'm not saying it. I'm just saying that these guys making this amount of money, having this amount of kind of fame and status, you got to be careful who you attach yourself to.
There's something to it. And also, if he did do it, what the fuck? And also, guys, stop doing that. And also, does CTE have something to do with this? Because that can definitely have a piece of it too. Because Antonio Brown was caught up in some shit. Ray Rice was caught up in some shit. Ray Lewis killed a guy. You're like, some of these people are doing some fuck shit. And there has to be some connection to that.
What's so interesting about this is the NFL as a whole just kind of glazes over all of it. They're just kind of just
they don't want to touch it until they have to. That was Goodell's biggest downfall is anytime something happens, any scandal at all, even the Robert Kraft stuff, it's just until they're forced to talk about it, they don't want to talk about it.
Between the Rossini thing, to your point, Robert Kraft getting the Zug.
I don't know. That's consensual and all that shit, but
they just, as long as it's not bad for press and the rest of it, they just sweep it under the rug until it goes away.
Yep. And then if it doesn't, then they'll talk about it. Like Ray Rice, they try to sweep it under the rug like it was no big deal. And then the video came out and you're like, oh God. And then they're like, okay, this is actually bad now. And you're like, dude, how did you guys not have this information before the general public? Like, what are we doing?
That's the thing. Now the NFL is going to have to go into like a full investigation.
Yep.
The Packers acknowledge the situation, but decline detailed comment because it's an ongoing legal matter. The NFL also said it's aware of the report and has been in contact with the team. Matt LaFleur later said that the organization would let the legal process play out before commenting further. Does he get released from the Packers?
Well, so the Brown County District Attorney declined to press charges at this time. Case is far from over. I don't know if they can. I don't think they have just cause to fire him if no charges were pressed against him.
But like such a wholesome organization like the Green Bay Packers.
I think you need just cause, right? I mean, I guess for them, they can just release anybody they want to.
Release him. He doesn't need to be on the team anymore.
He's a really good running back.
For many selfish reasons,
about that.
He needs to be released tomorrow. He needs
a hell of a running back.
As a Bear fan, and just objectively viewing this, he needs to be released. Like, there's no doubt he needs to be released.
I mean, like, it'd be beneficial for us. That's for sure.
He needs to be released tomorrow. There's no question. It's over. Be done with it. He's not worth it. He's not worth it.
The shame of it all, Mike, is I read it and I was like, oh, it happens again. It wasn't like, oh my God. It's just like, oh, it happened again.
To your point, to these guys making all this money, be careful who you attach yourself to. And then not only that, but you never put your hands on a lady.
That's
never put your hands on a lady.
But, I mean, we're not going to, the problem with it, dude, is we're not going to know the reality of the situation for at least 365 days. It's like the Rashee Rice thing. It's like the Ray Rice thing. It's like you hear about it and then you just sit there for a full calendar year and then it's like, oh yeah, that happened. Let's talk about this now. And then you're like, oh, it was bad. Yeah, no shit.
Mm-hmm. You know, Vince, I think about things, and this is where my corrupt brain goes.
This ought to be good.
What if they're like, okay, so the WNBA now getting a lot of press and all these things. And, you know, recently it came out that this Paige Bucher, who now plays they play on the Dallas team.
Yeah.
I don't even know the name of the team. They drafted her girlfriend, Ozzie Fudd. What if, just hypothetically, there was like domestic abuse between the two of them?
That's really difficult.
Two women. They just got in an altercation. So would the WNBA respond in a similar fashion to like what's being reported now? Or would ESPN respond in a very similar way? Because in a way, it's just like two ladies.
No, but it's the aggressor versus the victim. It's always going to be that case. It's like when somebody gets mugged on the street or whatever, whoever was the aggressor, whoever was the one that attacked them first, right?
I understand that principle, but like, how are they going to know? Because who instigates is usually the one who.
Yeah,
you see what I'm
you'd
saying?
have to have proof.
So
I feel like it's a way more difficult thing to go about, and then also you're like, we can't be in the same locker room together. So like that.
It's just doesn't.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope it never happens.
Just where my
if
brain
it ever were to, you know, that's tough. That's a tough one.
I love how they. By the way, I love how they comment about it too, and like the major media ask them, and they want to be held at like the same level as like other professional sports, and they're just like, I don't know how that's any of your business. It's like, well, you're kind of, strapping up on this. What do you mean?
What's any of their business? Oh, them dating?
Yeah, that's what like Paige Bucher's.
Well,
said,
that's
like,
what you would say
reporter.
if you knew like an NBA player was dating another NBA player. That's the first thing they'd ask about him.
Duh. Right?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Carl Anthony Towns started dating Anthony Edwards. Right?
Jared McCain and Carl Anthony Towns just start dating. That'd be crazy.
Wait, the two guys who are the zestiest players in the NBA are dating?
People would be like, all right, we have to know about this. Like that's, they have to know. It is their business, really. But that's the thing too. A problem with that too is like WNBA attendance is back down. Caitlin Clark isn't getting as many people to the stadium anymore, and they're all getting like close to 1 million now. It's like, okay, well.
I read that the Indiana Fever are doing load management of Caitlin Clark.
Smart. She
They
didn't get
only
injured last
play-
year.
They only play 40 games.
They are beating the shit out of her every game, though, too, so she is getting injured.
Dog.
I'm just saying, if she's getting injured, they can do that and say, all right, let's make sure she's not injured when it matters the most. Last year, into the playoffs, she wasn't playing because she was injured. I know what you're saying, but you can't get mad about a sport you don't watch, Mike. You can't get that mad about it.
I'm not mad about it.
You're just scrolling through IG, just getting rage baited all the time.
No, I'm not rage baiting. I'm not rage baiting.
Fuck you, Clark's not playing. I'm gonna miss all of her games. Fuck. Like, you're not even watching it, bro.
I understand. I just think the hypocrisy is comical. That's all.
It's something. She's the one that makes them a lot of money, though. So,
okay, what's the outcome of Josh Jacobs? Do you think this is swept under the rug like everything else?
I think they're gonna try.
All right.
And I feel like, as is the world today, there's a lot of cameras everywhere, and they'll probably find something about it, and then they have to backtrack and start talking about it again. But as I said, I don't think we learned anything about it this entire year, and he just plays the same way Rashee Rice did. And then we learn about it next year, and then that's a whole – they're opening up the can of worms again. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Should it be that way? No. Is it going to be that way? Certainly.
Yeah. And they're strange and unusual. Vince, don't we have a hotline that you could call?
I think we do, Mike.
The world how you feel.
I think the number is 312-725-2107, if I'm not mistaken. And it's called Air It Out. And we do this thing where you could call in and say, hey, guys, Caitlin Clark deserves to do load management. Or you could say, hey, guys, hey, I love Triceratops, and there's nothing on the underbelly of that Triceri. That you could say that, and you're allowed to. And we got another call today. Who would have thunk? Is it friend? Is it foe? I don't know. We don't listen to it until it comes on the show. So, and that rhymed. You're welcome. So let's.
Could it be Chicago Joe?
I have an inkling it's not, but we shall see.
Oh,
Say, young bloods, it's your old Pimp Charlie. Just wanted to check in, talk about my beloved White Sox, and see how they're rolling. Unfortunately, up north, them boys up north got a 10-game losing streak, right? Crazy. It's like the White Sox sucked them off and got all their powers. But anyway, I won't dwell on that too much. Just wanted to let you know I listened to the podcast last week talking about Chicago Joe saying something about trashy ass bitches up at the south side, but as much as I'd like to disagree with that, I can't. But there are some trashy ass bitches out there. It reminds me back in the 05 season, I was getting an HJ underneath the bleachers. Trashy ass bitch gave me tetanus or something like that. Anyway, I'll leave you all to it. Y'all have a good rest of your week. Stay blessed, stay black, and stay true. All right, young blood. Old Pimp Charlie signing out.
Okay. I don't know where to start with that one.
Pimp Charlie.
Pimp Charlie got an HJ under the bleachers.
How do you get under the bleachers is the next question.
I think, didn't that happen to Mickey Mantle? They were like, what's your favorite thing about baseball? And they're like, well, I used to get BJs under the bleachers. And that was my favorite part because they want something wholesome. And he's like, no, that's my favorite part. Oh, Pimp Charlie. Listen,
Pimp Charlie's taking a page out of Mickey's book.
Yeah. And hey, it worked out for him and good for him. For what it's worth, the baseball thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cubs are having a bad time right now. I mean, by the time this podcast ends, they may be done with their losing streak, but we'll see.
Really?
Because we're in the middle of the game right now, Mike. And it could be
lost 10 in a row, Vince.
They lost 10 in a row, Michael. It's tied 4-4,
they're
top of the 7th in Pittsburgh. The Sox at 500, but they've been up and down, but 500 is all a Sox fan can hope for at this point. And I don't think you're going to Wrigley and getting an HJ into the bleachers. So that's score 1 to the White Sox.
Yeah, maybe back in the day. But only thing I'll say, if we're segueing baseball right now, might as well.
Yep.
The Cubs are, I don't know if we put the Maloik on them. What happened? But I don't think it's us. They are just not looking good. They're in last place right now. And granted, they are in one of the best divisions in all of baseball. Oh God, the
I
dad's
put on
activated.
I put on the conspiracy shades, buddy.
Okay,
Because
conspiracy
there's a
shades.
conspiracy in
Is
Chicago.
it the white blonde lady? Is it the blonde lady? Put the Maloik on him?
No, because technically they lost the day before.
Have you seen some of what the internet's done? Like some of the AI imagery, like they put together like a statue of her over PCA. Like it's brilliant. It's fantastic.
That is sick. No,
it's
the
fantastic.
conspiracy, Mike, comes from the old goat conspiracy. The original owner of the Billy Goat Tavern in Chicago passed away.
Oh.
At the beginning of this losing streak, and they have not won since. Some are saying conspiracy glasses on. It might be because of that. I'm not. This is conspiracy, Vince. I got shades on. I'm not saying it. Some people are saying it.
In the most Chicago way ever, you could see that being a topic of discussion, no doubt about it.
Saying,
no, you don't understand.
Billy GT, okay? Billy GT is a delicious establishment.
It's okay.
It's delicious. It's a good establishment. It's a Chicago establishment.
It's okay.
Okay. Well, you're not a real Chicagoan. You live in fucking Candyland, Arizona. I live here in Chicago, and I love Billy GTs.
What do you get when you go to the Billy Goat Tavern, Vince?
I haven't been there so long. But also,
see?
I'm conspiracy glasses on, Mike. So you're not talking to Vince. You're talking to conspiracy Vince.
Okay.
All right, Vince.
So
is back.
the Billy Goat Tavern.
That's the thing.
The Billy Goat Tavern is like more West Loop than it is anything. So why does that have to do with anything?
All right. Let me look up some history, okay?
But you see what I'm saying? Like it's across the street from the UC. It's completely
the Cubs were born in
side of
Chicago as the White Stockings in 1876, one of 8 inaugural teams. Team would go on to win the first National League Championship, become the world's first dynasties in the sport. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Repeat pennants, repeat pennants, repeat pennants. Continued their success into 1910, 1918, an astounding 4 pennants in a 10-year span. Great, great, great. Play, play, play. The final pennant would come in 1945, the year the Cubs faced Detroit Tigers and local Chicago saloon owner named William Billy Goat Cianis with his goat Murphy. Okay? You got it? Cubs were one of the most successful baseball teams in the country. They'd post all these wins, but they can't win a championship after that man and the goat.
The curse to the Billy Goat, Vince. I know the curse, but what does that have to do with the owner of the tavern that's in the West Loop?
Billy Goats.
I understand.
And it was open then. And they opened the tavern.
Again, what is the owner?
And they finally break the curse. And then the owner dies, and the curse is back on. It's connected.
Right. Vince, it's Greeks who own restaurants. What else is new?
It's Billy Goats.
It's a typical Greek-ran Chicago establishment that sells food. They
sell cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburger, right? Because that's the SNL bit. No Coke, Pepsi. So I don't believe that's the case. I just think that
they kicked him out with his goats, and then he dies.
I think the Sox, after that 9-8 loss, they
kicked him out with his goats. I don't think it was the White Sox. Same. I think it was the BGTs.
You know the Cubs payroll right now?
A lot.
$200 million.
Yeah. Not that much.
They kept giving Ricketts. They kept giving Ricketts a bunch of shit last year saying he wasn't opening the checkbook. Mm-hmm. What does he do? He opens the checkbook. They get worse.
And they got the highest paid coach who is probably on the fritz right now.
What are you going to do with him if he can't seem to figure it out? The pitching isn't good.
It is May, and 3 of their pitchers got injured. It's not like the season's over.
7-4.
There you go.
This could be it. Maybe they get off the schneid. Well, they started out so hot. They started out winning like 10 in a row, 10 in a row, 10 in a row. They've
went on 2 10-game winning streaks. They go on 1 10-game losing streaks, and they're not in first, second, third, or fourth in their division. They're still 4 games above 500. It's not like it's over.
Which is crazy. It's crazy. If the White Sox were in their division right now, they'd be dead last.
Easy. No question. I think the majority of the fucking teams in the MLB would be dead last, outside of 3 teams in the NL West.
Well, the NL East is pretty legit right now as well. I mean, the Braves
only one team wouldn't be last.
Yeah, true.
You know, this is the hardest division in baseball right now, the NL Central.
This is true. This is very true. You're not going to deny that. And I mean, then you look at the Rays and what they're doing. It's crazy to say that the Rays and the Braves are the best team in baseball right now.
It is, and I kind of love it because the Braves are supposed to maybe have an off year, and are they as good as they were? And Austin Riley, is he that guy? Yes, he is, so far. The Rays are like, why are they good? But they always do this.
They're so well managed. And then you see Wander Franco is out of prison.
But he's never coming back to the MLB.
What if he plays in like Japan? Do you think Japan will allow him? Because maybe. Japan doesn't care. Japan don't care.
I think he's got to play.
What if he goes to Japan and he's like the next great thing ever, and then you just live in Japan?
That's not that bad. Guys have done that before. Stephon Marbury's a god in China. He didn't do anything bad. He just went to China and played really well. So there's another life out there for you. But he was found criminally responsible, but faced no prison time. That's what happened.
So go to Japan. Wander Franco, if you're listening to this, go to Japan.
Or stay in the Dominican and play there.
Yeah, but chances are you'll make a little bit more money if you go to Japan because they actually have some income.
I mean, he's only 25.
He was on pace to be one of the best shortstops in all of baseball. I'd like to remind everybody that.
For sure.
Another one. Just be careful who you attach yourself to. Now, to get more into baseball, Vince, yes, the Chicago Cubs are on a 10-game skid. They may clip that around tonight. They're currently up 7-4 going into the top of the 7th.
Looks like
so they're having a nice little inning. Okay, and then they play another game when this episode drops tomorrow in the afternoon. So pay attention to that as well. Now, the other team on the south side of town, we're at 500. When's the last time the White Sox were 500?
Before this year, like 4 years ago. They've been horrible for years.
It's impressive to watch. We went on that little road stand where you go to Seattle, which now Seattle's atop the NL West. Mm-hmm. They just went a half game up on the Athletics,
with a losing record.
We took one game from them, and then we went to San Francisco and can only take one game from San Francisco.
Yeah,
because of some bad pitching woes. Eric Fetty is just he's
send him to Pluto. Yeah.
Yes, send him to Pluto. And then, Jared Kelenic had 3 errors in one game.
He was supposed to be good.
It was on Saturday.
Never forget.
And he was supposed to be good, lost the ball in the sun, and then one thing leads to another, and he gets called down.
Yeah.
But who got called up, Vince?
Oh, none other than Riku Nishida. Come on. We always knew that was going to happen. 51, Japanese, tiny little spark plug, Riku Nishida. Comes in first game, absolute laser from right field, throws a guy out. Next game, absolute laser from right field, throws a guy out. Getting Ichiro Suzuki comparisons to which he doesn't want at all. And he wants to change his number because he's like, I'm not Ichiro. And no one is. But 2 Japanese guys making plays for the White Sox, I'm cool with it. I'm so cool with it.
Have the White Sox ever had 2 Japanese players on the team at the same time?
I know we've had plenty of one.
We had Shingo Takatsu.
Pitchers. Yeah.
Then Tejado Iguchi.
Oh, they were on the team at the same time.
No, because
2005.
Shingo Takatsu wasn't on the 05 team. He got waived before the season started.
Did he? Was it before the season started? If it was midseason, they were on the same team.
For a brief period of time, maybe you are correct. That's an interesting stat. Now, to your point, Vince, the last time the White Sox were 500 was in 2022. They were 81-81
for the full season.
Crazy. Yes.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they just haven't won in so long, and they had the worst season of all time, and just having a little bit of hope means a lot. And even last night, like, they're in every game. They're not getting blown out really, unless it's like once in a while. It used to just be every game was a blowout. So you got to appreciate why you got it.
You have the opportunity here in the next 2 weeks to really make a statement in the division. And the reason I say that is because you have a 4-game set against the Twins at home. Okay. And then you have a 3-game set against the Tigers at home. and then another 3-game set against the Twins away.
Yep.
So you're getting a lot of AL Central work right here. So this is kind of our time to shine. This is where it needs to work.
Well, they're
So
winning right now into
one.
the 4th. We lose game 1.
Lose game 1 last night was just a heartbreaker.
Yeah, back and forth.
Byron Buxton's very good at baseball.
Yep. So is
it's too bad the poor guy.
Munetake.
Munetake Murakami. Sorry, don't want to get roasted again.
You will.
Because the internet likes to roast Mike.
You will.
But Munetake
or you could just say his name right.
Doing my best. I just really like what this team's doing. I think that the call-up of, what's the name? Riku
Nishida.
Riku Nishida. I love it. And where was he before? What's the story of Riku?
He went
Nishida?
to college at Oregon?
Really?
I want to say so. I was talking to somebody about it the other day. He wasn't like he went to Oregon and then drafted by the Sox, Kannapolis, Birmingham, Winston-Salem, Kannapolis, Birmingham, Charlotte, Birmingham, now the Sox. So he did the standard way up rather than the play in Japan and then get. Yeah, I love it. And I mean, he wasn't hitting great in Birmingham before he came up in 11 games, but before that he was hitting 347 in Charlotte this year. Last year hit 323. Like, he's an above average hitter most of the time. He's not a power hitter, obviously. But as far as, a guy coming up and having some speed, getting a couple stolen bases here or there. I mean, not more than a couple. He steals a bunch of bases, actually. 110 in the minors in 4 seasons. It's a little spark plug. Little
I feel like
Ichiro Suzuki light.
So I feel like they're just giving these guys a opportunity to get called up who have been in the minors for a while because they're playing well and see if they take. And if they're a good option to have outfield depth, why wouldn't you do that?
Those guys that play for this
Tristan
team.
Peters. Right. Gotta love the Knights.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Thanks for that.
You're welcome. And then Braden Montgomery, and the inevitable of him getting called up is going to happen. There's no doubt about it.
It's just a matter of when this year he's going to get called up. There's a couple guys that are playing their asses off in the minors, and you're like, I want to say Jacob Gonzalez, but that doesn't seem right.
No, you're right. Jacob Gonzalez has been hitting like 400 over the past 20 games.
Like, at some point you got to say, hey, this guy's got to come up too. He's 23 years old right now, and you're like, he was a high draft pick. First round 15th in 2023, and this year he's hitting 294 with 15 jacks in 49 games. You got to bring him up too. Where the hell is he going to play? So it's like you got to give all these guys, auditions essentially to come up and play.
Well, the one thing I will say, Acuna looks to be like a DFA option.
Yeah, he's not anything.
He's not good. He's maybe a utility guy for you in the long run, but I don't foresee that being anybody long term.
They've played better when he doesn't play. That's all I'm saying.
That's a fair statement. Now, the Sox have the ability here at this time. They're a wild card team. Do you foresee that being the case come August?
No, but I think they're going to put together a fun little season. No. I think they can win 75 games.
Well, the Guardians are doing really great things. I think that
usual.
they're going to most likely take the AL Central. So that leaves the White Sox. But right now, if you look at the wild card standings, Vince, it's the Yankees and the White Sox.
Yeah, which is crazy. But you have to expect that the AL doesn't sit at 500 for the entire season.
There is an odd scenario where it could happen.
The third best team is 500. There's no way that the third best team is 500.
I'm just saying, maybe we're buyers, Vince. Maybe we're buyers at the
I don't
deadline.
think we're buyers, but I don't know if we're sellers, if I'm being honest. I don't know if we're going full sell mode like we usually do.
At this stage of the game, see if you can get rid of Sir Anthony. See if you can
No, he's good.
Move on. No, he's not good. That's the point. He's good. Get rid of him. If Vassell comes back, then you have some interesting things. What if you get some pieces to add to the bullpen that can come up and compete late?
That'd be awesome.
Be, arbitration eligible, where you could just say, okay, you're going to play and we still have control. Maybe that's something.
Well, it's nice to have too many guys. You just hope the pitching can work itself out on the bottom end there in the back of the bullpen. But again, like if you have Jacob Gonzalez, he plays short. You have Braden Montgomery, he plays right. It's like Coach Montgomery is not losing shortstop to anybody right now. That's for fucking sure.
No.
So like you got to figure out where you're going to play these guys. Midros playing well. Vargas is good. Like DH.
Just utility.
Savannah Bananas Peters, dude. He's a beast too. Like, what do you do?
I love Savannah. Peters is more of your optional six-man. Where I say if you could get a guy in to come in and compete for that center field role and he takes it from Peters, that's kind of real. But I do think it's
Put
great.
Riku there and then call up Montgomery.
Well, I understand.
Tell me Riku can't play center field.
Riku could totally play center field.
Yeah. Put him in there.
I like the Riku. It's fun to say his name. All these Japanese guys, I think it's great. They Munetaki Murakami hit that home run last night, and then Riku was on base.
Yeah.
So when he came across home plate, he bowed to him, which I thought was like, all right, that's
awesome,
the sickest
dude.
home run celebration of all time.
Two Japanese dudes on the team. I love it. And also, there's conversations about them extending Murakami, and they're trying to do it, but like his people are saying, don't do it yet. Like, see what happens. So, a change in the weather, first over $100 million contract for the White Sox, possible.
Well, they haven't had anybody that prolific in decades.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't going to give Abreu $100 million, and they weren't going to sign a free agent. So,
if you got him in house, you got to keep. He could be the standard of what we're doing at first base and shore up that infield.
That'd be cool. He's
Vargas is on pace to be an all-star, so that's exciting to see.
That's what. Yeah, I think my goal for this year for the White Sox is to get more than one all-star. Because last year Shane Smith should not have been an all-star, but they force every team to have one. So
that's fair. That's very fair. I mean, hey, let's look at Davis Martin. Could probably be an all-star tomorrow.
I think he's 1-1 right now.
Still on pace. Wouldn't surprise me for a second. Another thing right now, I don't know if you've looked at this, but Will Venables is on pace to maybe be the manager of the year.
Yeah, except for Ray's guy.
Yeah, but that's kind of like a shoo-in. That's voter fatigue to me.
Maybe. Who's their coach?
I don't know. I don't know the guy's name, but I swear to God, he won recently.
They still have Kevin Cash.
Yep.
Kevin Cash has won it before. That is for sure. So maybe they give it to somebody else. But
after Madden, he's really taken over that team and done a lot of great things. I could foresee Will Venable being a guy, maybe next to Mark Kotze.
How about Walt Weiss?
Who's Walt Weiss?
He took over for Brian Snitker for the Braves this year. It's his first year as a coach.
That could be one.
It's probably going to be him.
If Mark Kotze keeps doing what he's doing with the A's, that could be another one.
Maybe Craig Counsell.
Yeah, Craig Counsell.
He might lose his job.
I thought about this today, and I wanted to bring it up on the pod, and I'm sorry to keep just really twisting this knife for Cub fans.
No, you are not.
Maybe a little. So, hypothetically, you have a losing record on the season, and you're the Chicago Cubs, and you lose in the division and all that. You just signed re-signed PCA, right? Do you blow it up? Do you say, okay, we're trading Bregman?
No.
Because Bregman right now is nothing more than a glorified 2 spot.
He's not supposed to be their number one guy. I don't think they're going to be there at the end of the year. I think they're going to be fine. I think they're going to be in the playoffs. But 2, no, you don't blow it up. They have a lot of promising young guys.
What indication, Vince, when we're 5 days from June gives you that idea?
They're 4 games above 500. If the White Sox are excited, the Cubs should still be excited. They go on 1 10-game losing streak. They've been on 2 10-game winning streaks.
I understand that. To your point, you're right. You go on 1 10-game winning streak, but with Jacob Mizorowski shoving the way he is and just averaging 103 every pitch, which that stat line's insane. Oh, yeah. And then you have the Cardinals who are there to compete. Jordan Walker's starting to look like a guy.
You don't blow it up. You want to know whose young core is better than the Cardinals? The Cubs.
Okay.
You want the Cardinals to be, but they're not. The Cubs are a good team.
Okay, I'm just saying, dude, the Cardinals right now are looking good. They're not.
It's not
bad.
June yet. It's not June yet. I would
I
say
understand, but the
once you get to the
Cardinals-
trade deadline, you got to start really looking at this. But there's a realistic place where the Cubs are 10 games over 500 by the time the trade deadline comes in. They have 2 months of baseball.
Cardinals are about 500 in their last 10, so they're 3-7 currently.
Yeah.
And then they go into this weekend playing the Cubs at home. That's a big one.
Cubs win 3 games in that series, then it's like, did the Cardinals blow it up? Like, that's really what it is. It's so early in the season.
I might be catastrophizing a little bit here.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
I'm with you. I want it to happen. Don't get me wrong. It's so early still.
I love to see Cub fans overreact.
They are overreacting.
Specifically, there's one Chicago radio host, and he's like the nicest guy ever. I've met him in person. His name is David Kaplan. He's been in Chicago media forever.
He's annoying as piss, but he is
and
nice.
David Kaplan will go on a rant every Wednesday on the air, or almost every morning.
Did you see him going
He's in the
psycho
morning.
about Dansby Swanson?
Yeah, what is Dansby Swanson supposed to be?
His
Other than
guy,
Dansby Swanson?
his guy that he does his show with. I think he's his producer. He's a White Sox fan, and he's like, I don't know, Colson Montgomery's a better shortstop than Dansby Swanson right now. And then Cap's like, oh, shut up. And he's like, okay, so if Colson Montgomery won a World Series with the Braves 4 years ago, then would you think he's a better shortstop? He's like, what have he done for me lately? He's bringing out all the stats, and then David Kaplan's like, if you watch the games, you know. And he's like, look at all these things. Look at everything that's happened.
Oh,
He's
Hoodie?
better.
Yeah, Hoodie.
No,
always call
not
him
him,
up.
not him. It's just some random
No?
kid with a hat on, white dude with a beard.
Okay.
But he's like reading all these stats, and David Kaplan's like, watch the games to come back to me. And it's like, yeah, he has no argument to this, and he's just going to fight it. That's the shit that drives me nuts, because he's like, you're an idiot. You can't say that. Dansby Swanson's better. And you're like, when? At what point this year is he been better?
Look at the stat line.
Yeah.
And what would tell you that we don't have the best shortstop in Chicago
Right now. Like, and don't get me wrong, Dansby Swanson goes on a crazy tear and hits 315 this year with, 25 homers, then sure. Take it. He's not right now. And ever since Colson came up, he's been a better shortstop. It just is what it is.
Well, he's starting to mature defensively, which is great to see. I mean, that one-handed play that he had against the Cubs, a barehanded throwout, which was insane.
He was
to see.
He was scouted as a basketball player in high school too.
And he was also trying out for football in certain cases.
He was scouted as a football player, and he quit when he was a sophomore. And they were like, you can play football though. And he's like, I want to play baseball. That's crazy.
That's what happens when you're a freak athlete.
Yeah. But that's what you want. But again, it's to go back to the Kaplan thing. It's just, I had to stop listening because I'm like, this is vomit.
He calls out Craig Counsell every week, thinking like he's listening to him.
He's not listening to you. He does not care about the morning show on ESPN 1000. That's just not what he's listening to.
Well, I understand some of the pitching decisions are bad.
Yeah.
And I feel like you need to give PCA a break, even though PCA actually had some pretty hard hit balls over the past of the 4 games or so.
Expected win percentage. We're going to get into that in the NBA, but yeah, it's like Cubs should have won all these. It's like, well, they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't win those games. Yeah, what? That's what the head coach of the Cavs said. Nice little segue.
We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that because we have to do one thing first, and it is the MLB Wheel of Teams, Mike.
Oh my God, I forgot about the Wheel of Death, Vince.
Not the name. All right, here we go.
He loves when I say that. Wheel of Death.
Toronto.
The Blue Jays. I love
Welcome back, Toronto.
Underwhelming.
Yeah, coming off a World Series. Not great for them so far this year. 2 games under 500. Let's get into it.
They spent a lot of money in the offseason. That's all I know.
They did, and they got rid of Bo, and they bring in a new guy. And maybe that's a good call because Bo hasn't been playing well in New York either. Is it World Series hangover? Where do we go with this? Because right now, that division is steadfast with those 2 teams. You have a couple guys hitting really poorly. George Springer seemingly can't hit anymore. He's hitting 214 on the year. Vlad's going to do Vlad things. 3 home runs, though, on the season, too, is not what you want out of the guy. Collectively, as a team, they're hitting 244, and they have 51 home runs on the year, which is pretty low for the entire team. Moving to the pitching staff, they're doing all right. Kevin Gausman 3.2, Dylan Cease on a 15-day IL, not DL, 3.05, and then Eric Lauer 6.96, and then Trey Savage, who is a beast, 2.25 this year in 6 games started. You can't blow this team up. You're young enough. You spend a lot of money on it. You hope that everything turns around, but is that kind of just what you do? Because they got Kazuma Okamoto, something like that. He was there signing to replace Bo Bichette, and he's hitting 215 right now and getting adjusted to the MLB.
Well, that's always something that you can't replace a guy. You can't replace a guy that has been a staple for you on that side of the infield for almost, I don't know.
The amount of money he wanted, though. And the Mets gave him a lot of money, and he's been playing like booty this year.
Well, right, because he's playing in an entirely new division. I think that means something.
Sure.
I also believe that you're out of your comfort zone. You played in a dome almost half of your games.
Yep.
You had a guy hitting behind you who's arguably the best power hitter in baseball.
Yeah.
So you're seeing different pitching. There's no doubt about that. You're seeing more fastballs if you are the, 3 hitter behind Vladdy, right? So there is strategic thought processes to all of this as to why Bo Bichette isn't doing what he's doing on the Mets as what he could have. Now,
it's not like he's hitting around garbage. That's what I was gonna say. Like, they have guys.
I understand.
They got Semien, they got Lindor, they got Juan Soto. I know injuries, but
if you look at this team right now, if you're the Blue Jays, who do you have in this roster who's like, there's a guy we can hang our hat on? George Springer. He's starting to get back to it, but then again, I mean, he's 36 out in many ways. Yeah, so he's almost 40. He's not the peak player he was on the Astros. Vladdy Guerrero is still a centerpiece of the organization. There's no doubt about that, and most likely will be. But you went and spent a shit ton of money on pitching, let some of your best hitting walk that was a part of the middle of this lineup, and now you're kind of paying the price. But then again, Shane Bieber's dealing with injuries, so is Max Scherzer, so is Jose Berrios, and now Dylan Cease goes on the IL or IR.
Yeah, dude, they have so many guys on IL right now. It's so bad. But now, that's a blessing in disguise, though, because you're like, well, this isn't our whole team. And they got Eloy, and if they bring him back up, he's going to make things happen.
Oh, it's Eloy, man. You hang everything you need on Eloy.
No, you hang it up in the dugout and make it seem like he died, like the White Sox
did. Right, just like his hamstring. Yeah. Now, Trey Yesavage. Trey Yesavage, one of the most exciting prospects in their organization at this time. Recently,
he was so fun last year. He was so fun last year, dude.
And he dominated the Yankees a week ago. So you look at him, he could be a nice starting piece. And if all comes back together, Dylan Cease is an absolute unit.
He's an animal. He's a beast.
Dylan Cease's problem's always been the big moment. He's not good in the big moment.
Right. Which
never
they
has
need.
been. Now, even when he was on the White Sox, he never was.
Now, what do they do going into the, if they're still sitting in third place in the AL East, come trade deadline time, are they making trades? I mean, they have to compete with this roster. This is a competing roster.
Yeah, you spent almost $300 million in the offseason.
Yep.
And granted, you got rid of Bichette's contract, but he was already paid out. So the rest of it is just at this stage, you got to look at what you can potentially add at the deadline. You see if you could move Springer to a team that'll give you something. Who knows? But who's going to be available? Now, a guy that they might want to look at, I don't know if the trade would ever happen in the division, but you look at a guy like Jazz Chisholm. I would be trying to that guy. Jizz Chasm.
Do you want him?
Go there. On this roster, he would make a ton of sense. He would make a ton of sense on that roster.
He started the year really bad this year, though. He's 246 now. He's coming back up to normalcy. But yeah, I mean, who do they have? I mean, they got Jimenez at short though, and they paid for him. He's not playing well right now.
But paid a lot of guys to just play a role with your beef eater in the middle of Vladdy, and Vladdy is kind of a one-trick pony. Either he's going to strike out or hit a ball 550 feet.
No, he hits 300.
I understand that, but then again,
He's not
the majority
hitting
of his
triples.
volume.
He's not, yeah.
Correct.
But
he's one of the best power hitters in the game. I'm not going to deny that.
And he won MVP last year, didn't he? Am I crazy?
You need base runners. You need base runners in order to accommodate scoring more runs.
He didn't win MVP last year. I thought he did. Yeah.
No.
He got MVP second place in 2021 when he led the league in everything.
I don't foresee them at this stage being a viable contender unless they go on a heater.
Have to.
They're 6-4 their last 10, so they're starting to peek around the corner. They're 27-29, so they're not even 500, and they're 9 games out of first place. They're also in a position where the best team in baseball is in their division.
Yeah. But you got to imagine that the Rays aren't going to do this the rest of the year.
It's all kind of hyperbole at this time until we get till after the All-Star break. Now, the Orioles is another team you could look at. They spent money on Pete Alonso, and they had all this talent that they were grooming, and Adley Rutschman and the Holiday Kid and all of this, and they're 25-30.
Every single team in that division was ready to compete this year except for Tampa Bay. That's what everybody was saying. It's like the Orioles want to compete, the Red Sox are ready to compete. They fired their entire coaching staff, and Tampa Bay's just like, yeah, we're here. And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to be 654 as a win percentage right now. We're going to be 14 games above 500 going into June. That's crazy. Like, that's just not, you can't amount for that. And it's insane.
You're 100% correct. Do the Blue Jays win a wild card spot this year, or do they just not do anything?
I have to imagine they're going to get on late year heat like they did last year, and they get into the wild card and try this all over again. I can't believe that the Rays are going to be at the top of the division by the end of the year. I can believe that the Yankees will, and then they'll just historically collapse like they always do. That's kind of where my head's at.
You get Cease and Scherzer doing what Cease and Scherzer can do.
Yeah, but Scherzer now, he's 43, 41?
He's still pretty good. He'll still give you a solid 6 every now and again.
Bad couple games to start the year before he went on IL.
Yeah, but that's why he went on IL.
Right. Is he going to come back and be healthy? He's 41.
Granted, he's your end of the guy, but then don't miss out on Shane Bieber as well.
Yeah, and Gosman's the man too. Like, they have a hell of a pitching staff when they're healthy. I think if you're them, they just.
I would love to know their payroll of pitching alone.
It's got to be impressive. And even Patrick Corbin, that was a good pickup too, as an older, grizzled veteran. I think if I'm them, maybe they go for 2 pieces and they just hold it down and play better at the end of the year. That's kind of how it feels.
It's fair. I mean, to give you an idea, their salary right now on pitching in just this season is $150 million
for 1 year.
Between Cease, Gausman, Berrios, Shane Bieber, Jeff Hoffman,
they're paying
Tyler Rogers, Yimi Garcias, Uriel Rodriguez, Cody Ponce, and Max Scherzer.
I forgot they're paying Jose Berrios. That's wild.
It's bananas. And he's on the IL too.
Yeah, I know he is.
There's a lot of things here that definitely lean you on the side of like, well, you got a heavy payroll in pitching and you're not hitting enough. So without run support, I don't know how you're about to win most of anything.
Here's an idea. Start hitting. Second half of the year. That's all it is. Japanese guy gets adjusted. Vladimir Guerrero turns it on like he did last year and gets up to 300 and you're rolling. Like, who is it?
White Sox can play him like they did the first series of the year. What's that?
Is that Limp Bizkit? And just keep rolling.
Like a jump?
Rolling.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Raid Siren? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm not a big Limp Bizkit guy.
Bring back white guy metal hip hop. It was a great time to be alive.
Nah, we're good.
Hey, listen, I don't care who you are. If like a chump comes on and you're at the gym, you cannot not be there. Just be like a chump. Hey,
I don't even know if I know that song.
Oh, yeah. Great song.
I must lock
Great
in
song.
then. I must lock in.
Dude,
But listen,
Limp Bizkit,
we're,
don't hate on Limp Bizkit. Pretty
brother,
legit.
we're not even halfway through the MLB season. Brother, there's a lot of things going on, none of which are as important in my life as the NBA playoffs right now, Mike. And it's juicy on one side, and it was easy breezy lemon squeezy on the other side.
One could say cover girl, Vince. Yeah, the Knicks are good at basketball.
Dude.
After coming back down 20-plus game one, it was just like the Cavaliers were like, fuck
that
this
was
series.
really
Let's go
it.
to
It was
Cabo.
like, oh shit, the Cavs are actually pretty good. And then the Knicks were like, shake off the rust of not playing because they swept their last series and won, 3 games before that in a row. I mean, they go down, 0-2 to the Hawks or 1-2 to the Hawks, and you're like, uh-oh, trouble in paradise. And they haven't lost a game since then. There's like, fuck it. You want to know who's good at basketball? Jalen Brunson.
You want to know who's also good at basketball? Karl Anthony Towns and Josh Hart.
And so let's get into this. Obviously, like, I love this series. I want the East to win. I think I'm a Knicks fan unless the Spurs can pull it off, and then I have to make a decision. Landry Shamet, who...
Would you call me?
Yeah. It's like, God Shamet.
Landry Shamet, damn it.
Landry Shamet, defensive guy, can shoot the 3 ball, but you're not going to rely on him a lot. How about you rely on him to go 18 for 19 in the series from 3-pointer and play defense the entire time?
I understand, but like, let's face it, the last game he didn't score a point and played 15.
That's what I'm saying. He does exactly what he needs to. He plays defense, and then every time you throw him the ball, he's going to make a 3. That's basically what happened.
Enough.
If you have that guy knowing that he's going to be wide open, and like, don't get me wrong, it's the Bridges train, it's Brunson, it's Josh Hart playing his ass off. Josh Hart in an amazing game when they're like, we got to make sure we D up Jalen Brunson the whole time and Karl Anthony Towns. Let's just give Josh Hart 26 points and they're going to win that game too. It's all working. You're seeing all this stuff like, cold takes exposed, freezing cold takes, that Twitter page.
Mm-hmm.
It's all just, can't believe you get rid of Thibodeau for Mike Brown. This is going to go horrible. You can't do this without Thibodeau. Like, if you have Mike Brown, he's going to ruin your franchise, all this stuff. Throw it out. You're in the finals. They couldn't make it to the finals before. They seem well rested. They won 11 games in a row. And on the other end, you're like, what the fuck do you do with this Cavs team?
This Cavs team is very interesting because it seems like they get to the conference finals now 2 years in a row?
Were they in the conference finals last year? No, it was the Knicks and the Pacers last year. And the Knicks
You're
lost.
right. So Knicks Pacers last year. And now we're like, okay, let's look at this scenario.
They trade Darius Garland to the Clippers to get James Harden, knowing damn well James Harden in a closeout game in the playoffs is going to be the worst player on your team.
Well, that's the point. Like, Donovan Mitchell has proven he can compete in the playoffs. But when he just has an aging James Harden who's not good in later games in the playoffs or the second half.
2 for 8 in game 4 as a closeout. 2 for 8. 0 for 6 from 3. Minus 19 plus minus for James Harden in that game. Now, granted, everybody, Evan Mobley had a bad game. Jared Allen had a bad game. Donovan Mitchell had a bad game. No one was playing well. Donovan Mitchell shot 50% from the field, but at the end of the day, it was like they couldn't win and they were blowing them out right away. They trade for James Harden, knowing that they have to pay Darius Garland. They really could have used the defender in this series, and Darius Garland was the guy that they needed for it. You're in a spot now where Kenny Atkinson, who used to coach the Nets, and he's a good coach, is doing interviews saying, well, we should have won 2 games already in this series when they were going into game 4 based on wins, expected wins. Our expected win percentage was so high, we just didn't win the game. You didn't win the game then. You have to go out there and win the game. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Who gives a shit?
You play to win the game, Vince. To your point, you play to win the game. And when coaches start bringing up these statistics, it's just comical. And I understand data has its place in sports, in modern sports. I get it.
What did Josh Hart say?
Data analytics has its place, but then again, it's like when Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
And the Knicks come in and punch you in the mouth in 4 games straight. What do you got to show for it other than, well, the data analytics showed we had the best probability to win the game after the second quarter. Well, you didn't play the rest of the game. So
they asked Josh Hart about analytics in an interview during the series, and he has the best quote maybe I've ever heard in a post-game press conference. I'm never a huge analytics guy. At a certain point, they're just like a lamppost to a drunk person. You can lean on it, but it won't get you home. I was like, I love that. I will take that with me wherever I go.
It'll lean on it, but it can't get you home is right.
Yeah, it's a lamppost for a drunk guy.
Beautiful analogy.
Yeah.
He also called out a reporter, Josh Hart, meeting for eating chicken wings during a question, and he was licking his fingers, and he called the guy out on it, and I thought it was fantastic.
That's the thing, dude. They're having fun. Clearly, this team is gelled to a whole different level. Obviously, him and Jalen Brunson are best friends. Cat's rocking. He doesn't have to be the number one. Jalen Brunson's a murderer, especially in this playoffs. It's like if you need a guy to close out a game, it's going to be Jalen Brunson. It's like the little engine that could over and over and over again. And now they get 2 series in a row where they win 4 games in a row and they get rest. And they're going to be ready to roll. And maybe the first half of the first game of the finals is going to be slow for them again. And then they're going to be off to the races again. Do I think they could beat the West teams more now than I did? But it's still like, they're so good on the other side. But you got to, like, if you're in the city, New York, 30% decrease in crimes.
I'm not about to crown them here. Granted, the West,
I'm not either.
The Western Conference Final has been a wonderful series to watch. The refs are starting to get it together where they're like,
beating
okay,
the
we're not
shit out of each other.
And you love to see it.
Yeah.
But I would like to remind you. Yeah, but if the Thunder come in to the finals with a healthy Jalen Williams.
Yeah.
And now an SGA who, not completely torn and tattered. You have Jalen Williams who can come in and pick up some of the load. Okay. You also have some guys who can come in and play Chet come in and play a little bit less of a part. Now you have one of your best players coming in fully healthy against the Knicks team that, yes, plays very good defense, but I don't know if they can run with the Thunder.
Is he fully healthy?
Not many can.
Right, but like looking it up.
Mind you, they're competing against one of the best teams in basketball.
Right.
Meaning the San Antonio Spurs with arguably like half of their starting roster, half of their points.
Yeah.
Without Jalen Williams, I mean,
which you're not back
and
he wasn't
fully
good
equipped
right away.
Roster.
It's
because he wasn't healthy right away. So they're like, you know what, we're just going to shut you down for the series in hopes you can make the finals because they believe they have the horses in OKC to win the finals.
And if you look at last night,
the team that they have right now,
if you look at last night, it seems to be true. But also, everybody on the Spurs shot like shit last night. The Spurs. Okay, so on this side of it, first off, we have to talk about the bullshit that happened in Game 2. Complete bullshit. That was unbelievable, the referee job that was going on in Game 2. Like, countless, like, hey, this is a ticky-tack foul. Send him to the line. Victor Wembanyama, after a free throw, trying to cut to the basket to make the rebound, and Chet Holmgren just looks at his foot, looks up, steps on his foot, and makes him fall over. Gotta call that. It was completely OKC skewed in that Game 2, and clearly the Spurs coaches were like, hey, man, look at this and figure this out for Game 3, because everything switched up again. But in the same way, they are beating the shit out of each other in Wemby's Magic. So, like, I'm not convinced this isn't going 7 games.
So you have to really take into account how much of it is hometown lore, right? So granted, the Thunder took one from home from them and then vice versa with the Spurs. So now you go back to San Antonio, which isn't a crazy flight for them. It's like an hour in the air. No. It's no big deal from Oklahoma. So now we're looking at a series where the Spurs, it's going to be hyped So tonight, this game, 7:30 primetime, it's going to be must-watch TV. In my eyes, I look at this game, and I think it's kind of a 50-50 shot.
It is.
I don't think Jalen Williams is coming back this entire series. I think they're just kind of writing it off and saying, okay, let's go 7. It's a momentum thing. Leading into the finals, in my eyes, whoever's going to play the Knicks, granted, the Knicks said that they can compete with most, but you run with a West team, it's a little different.
You run with a West team that goes 2 7-game series in a row when the Knicks have 2 sweeps in a row too.
Momentum's a big thing, Vince. Not saying I don't want the Knicks to win, because I think if the Knicks win, it's great for the sport.
Momentum, as in we can't lose games anymore, and we all believe in each other, and anything can go in. No one's going to play hero ball on the Knicks anymore. For now.
I feel like everybody's glazing up the Knicks a little bit, and I feel like you should dial it back just as good.
I'm just saying, because we've been saying it over and over again. Whoever wins the East is not going to matter. And I didn't think that the Knicks would be sweeping 2 teams in a row. I think they're better than what we were giving them credit for. And I'm not saying that, the Thunder are going to come in and beat them in 5 games. I'm like, or if the Spurs win, they're not going to come in and beat them in 5 games either. I think it's going to be a 6-7-game series, and I wouldn't count them out. I really wouldn't. They got little, like sometimes you see a team and you're like, they got like some magic brewing in there. Like something's going on. I don't know what that is. And that can go away in a heartbeat, no question. But there's something going on with the Knicks where they're like, okay, this is our shot. We got to do it. And I think Jalen Brunson against Shea, like, who am I going to take? I mean, I know the rest of the Thunder are a lot better, but are they that much better? And also Jalen Brunson or Shea, like, I'd probably take Jalen Brunson in a closeout game, just the way that he's been playing in the last 2.
I think the perfect kryptonite to a Jalen Brunson is a Alex Caruso.
Maybe. But if you got Landry Shamet shooting 18 for 19 and you have fucking Michael Bridges.
Yeah, those are always going to be things, right? By the way, right now your NBA Finals winner for the Knicks is 2-1.
What do you mean?
So the Knicks are 2-1 odds right now, meaning the favorite of the betting odds. So if you bet the Knicks right now, you put up $10, you're going to win 20, right?
Okay,
so that's essentially
got you. Yeah.
Yes. So just showing you that now the Spurs are the longest shot there is, granted, because they're down in the series, and OKC can put them out in one of these next 2 games. So in my eyes, I understand you're high on the Knicks at this time.
I'm not saying they're going to win. I'm just saying don't downplay them. I think they're better than we think they are.
I'm not downplaying them, but the level of competition they've been playing the past 2 series is not that of any West team at this time. I feel like if they're playing the Spurs, if they're playing the Spurs or the Thunder, they're going 7-6 easy.
Yeah.
Each team, it's going to be a wonderful series. I'm just at a position now. I'm just like, well, I hope they have fun. But if it's one of these games where SGA gets every foul call because the refs are just giving him everything because that's what they're doing. It's like modern day LeBron.
Yeah.
When LeBron was in his prime, he got every call.
You want to know what it is? Modern day James Harden in his MVP season, when every single time he'd do the step back jumper and it would be a foul, 4-point play. People are getting sick of it. I will say this. Thunder win this series, America's rooting for New York. No one wants to see the Thunder fucking win, except for OKC. No one wants to see the Thunder win.
I believe what this series is doing for the West is kind of saying, if you're the Spurs and Wemby, you're kind of putting the rest of the NBA on notice.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. They've been doing it all year.
Kind of, I know, but now it's really hammering the point home. Like, remember when Jordan was on those really shitty Bulls teams, but they were somehow making it like the Western Conference Finals or Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah, against the Pistons.
And they were just playing the Pistons, playing really good Celtics teams. And like the first 8 years of Jordan's career, he couldn't make a finals if he tried. This feels a lot like that for Wemby, but of course it's going to be a shorter window because I'll say this much. This kid puts on another 10 to 20 pounds in size, has another offseason to get his shit together, and then on top of that brings in a second piece for him other than De'Aaron Fox. It's over.
I mean, Stephon Castle hating this podcast. We got to talk about Stephon Castle's beast ass. He's such a beast. But yeah, no, I'm with you. But also, that's the thing. Like last night, even they didn't win the game. That half court buzzer beater, you're just like, there's no reason a guy that's 4 inches taller than Shaquille O'Neal should be shooting from half court and making it. It's unbelievable.
But the thing of it is that he makes people look so small, and he pulled up for that shot like as if it was a jumper.
Yeah. He's like, let's just get over everybody and boom. And I saw this thing of like, release heights of every player. And they always put Wemby at the end. And it's just like, that's unbelievable. He releases the ball like 7 inches above the rim. It's so unbelievable.
It's impressive. His parents are like both in 6'6", 6'4" range. Like his mom played in France professionally. So
I believe it. You got to figure out where that, because it's not like he doesn't have like giganticism, like how Boban has it, where you can kind of see it. Like he's got like that piece to him. Wemby looks like he's skinny, but he's relatively the same up and down his body. Like his wingspan's huge and all that stuff. He looks like a normal person that's just been stretched out.
I'm sure he's got a piece to him, Vince.
That would be crazy if he didn't, to be honest. It would be crazy if he
didn't. Right? It'd be like that scene from Bedazzled, where he wanted to be like the coolest guy. You remember that movie?
I'm not a cinephile. You know this.
Bedazzled was like the movie where like the guy sells the soul of the devil, and the devil is Elizabeth Hurley at her prime, like she's absolute smoke. And he wants to be like a prime like NBA guy.
Okay.
And he is, and he's like dunking on people, this and that, and like they go to the showers, and he's huge, but he's got like a little
a tiny little beast. Yeah,
exactly.
It's fine. I'd trade that.
Trade that. Yeah. Take that deal.
Whatever.
Take that deal.
Whatever.
But to your point, who are you going to bring up next?
Huh?
You're about to talk about somebody.
No,
you're about to talk about somebody.
Not with the NBA. I mean, it's really just, can the Spurs cast do what they need to do? Are the fouls going to be going OKC's direction? I don't think it's going to happen in San Antonio. I think they go 7. And then at that point, it's anybody's game. But you got to think the Thunder are going to win this. And then America going for the Knicks. Timothy C, dude, is just out there getting hammered and just yelling.
Timothy Chalamet?
Yeah.
Love TC, dude.
You see what they did in OKC? They didn't allow any Knicks fans to sit on the floor.
Really?
They made them all sit in the second row. Yeah. And there was
actually quite fun.
Every single seat in the second row was like a Knicks fan. It was so funny. It was like they travel well.
That's Cleveland for you.
Or Cleveland, excuse me. Yeah, that's.
Did you see the announcer totally glaze over the fact that Taylor Swift was there?
No.
Fantastic. So Travis Kelce was there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Game 4. And they pan. They're like, oh, there's Travis Kelce and his fiance.
Good. I love that.
And I was like, thank heavens, because the NFL just absolutely sucks on the proverbial teat of Taylor Swift every time she's at a game.
They know who the hometown kid is.
I understand, but
they got no claimage. You expect them to, but it's good because they're like, we don't care about Taylor Swift. We're Travis Kelce people.
Yeah, like he's from Ohio. That's cool. All
Cleveland
right, cool.
Heights.
You want to? I guess he was so drunk he was like starting to fall asleep after he realized the game was just over.
That sucks.
Like they kept panning in on him. It's pretty funny.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
Yeah, you got to go on after that.
Here's a final point for Cleveland. Does LeBron go back to Cleveland on like a one last trip, one last tour, try and go for another finals?
I think Harden's going to be gone after this year, so why not? They're not going to win it, but why not? He's not who he used to be. He's great.
I could see it being it could be like the most LeBron shit ever.
Yeah, 3 stints in Cleveland.
Oh yeah. Third stint in Cleveland, the final run.
Yeah.
Hang it up in the rafters, all the drama. Yeah. Champagne flows from the ceilings because he loses in the conference finals again. Or he just pulls the most LeBron shit ever and he actually has a cast around him and they win.
Yeah, right. He like busts his nose and wears a mask again, and then they're in the finals and then they lose it like he always does.
Right. I don't disagree with that. It could be. We'll have to see. But to your point, I'm thinking Knicks Thunder. unless
Me
there
too.
is a complete just dismantling of this Thunder team, and Caruso is playing hurt, and then no Jalen Williams, and there's a lot of storylines that could go with it.
I
where
don't think
Spurs
the
actually
Thunder
have an
win
opportunity.
Thursday night, though. I think they go 7.
You don't think they win this evening?
Nope.
Interesting.
go
What's
7.
your final score?
For this game, I mean, I would say it's like close to that. It'd be like 105, 100 or 108 to 102. Because these aren't really
Okay.
high. I mean, there's been a couple of them that are really high, but like majority of these ones are, in that 110, 115, 107, 120 range. Like I don't think you're going to see like a 130 to something game out of those teams.
It seems like each team every other game forgets how to score.
Yep.
Because that's what
The
happened.
Thunder scored 82 points on Sunday.
I know. And that's where I'm saying I don't know if they get there, and it's more of that. But if the refs give the Spurs a game, to your point, maybe this whole thing is going 7.
Could be. And that's
Let's
the NBA,
go.
baby.
Well, Vince, similar to the NBA Eastern Conference Finals, the NHL Western Conference Finals was also a sweep. But this sweep was a little bit different.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
The reason I say that is because the Vegas Golden Knights were a drastic underdog going into the Western Conference Finals of the Stanley Cup. And the Avalanche, everybody had them just absolutely
myself included,
destroying the Golden Knights. You and Vince were both like, "Oh, it's over." And I stated quite early on. I'm going to glaze myself really quick. Early on, I stated if there's one team who could compete and skate with the Avalanche, it would be the team that's been to a finals before.
Yeah.
And that's the Vegas Golden Knights. It's a team that's aged. Eichel's great. You see this team starting to do it. Now, I will say that the Knights did have a little advantage. And the reason I say that they have and had that advantage simply was because the Avalanche was without some of their best players.
Yeah.
Particularly Nathan McKinnon played injured the entire series. And Nathan McKinnon's arguably their best player. Yeah. So you got one of your best players skating injured. That doesn't help things. And you have a team that's been in this situation before.
Yeah.
And they swept them in 4 straight games.
That was wild. I mean, some of those games, it was like, what was it, game 3? Was it game 3? Sunday. It was Sunday. Yeah, I was having a fun day with my pals. Game 3, I checked the score. I'm like, all right, I'm out and about, so I can't watch every second of it. Like 2-0. Looks like the Avalanche need to get a win here. They're down 2-0 at that point. It's fine. Tune it out. Go out and do a couple more things. Check the box score again. 5-3? And then at that point, I'm like, all right, I guess the Avalanche are just cooked, dude. What the hell is that?
I watched the second period of that game towards the end, going into the third, and I was like, the Knights might have something a little bit cooking going into the third period just due to the momentum shift. And they essentially scored majority of their goals in that second period. As I turned it on, it was 3-1. Then 3-2, then 3-3, then going into the third period, and then they scored 2 more.
Yeah.
It was impressive.
They
the defensive
sucked all the
run.
energy out. They sucked all the energy out of them.
Well, the Avalanche came out really hot, but they just couldn't finish, and that was every game this series.
Right.
Because even in last night's game, Vince, watching this game in basically its entirety, you could kind of tell the Avalanche were starting to come back pretty early on in that third period. But by the time they tied it, it was a little too late. And then the Knights came back and put up another one. And then before you know it, there we have it. And then, you go empty net. And then Golden Knights PK was pretty nails this entire series. They deserve it. Now, there's some hate
100%.
going around the internet for the Knights, which I don't know why. The Avalanche is another team that's been in this scenario for the past 3 to 5 anyway. Yeah. So the Knights are just good. You love to see a franchise, in my eyes, that is an expansion team be good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Colorado loves hockey, and you're gonna get that. It's like, when the Pacers beat the Knicks, and that was a whole big deal last year. It's a similar concept. The Knights have been good every year. seemingly, except for like one maybe. They've been good every year. And after they go up 3-0, you're like, this is undeniable. Like, no one's going to come back from a 3-0 deficit. I thought the Avalanche were just poised to just run through the entire playoffs and win. And then watching this, I'm like, well, clearly there's a way to beat them. You see the other side, and you're like, I don't know who's going to win. I mean, I think I know who's going to win this series, but the Knights fucking play so hard, dude, and they do not give up, and they're going to win every game that seems like they're playing. And they get good goalkeeping. And that's really, like we were talking about in the beginning, it's don't give up a lot of goals. And if you do, stop giving up a lot of goals, and that's exactly what they did in Game 3.
Carter Hart's gone on a pretty impressive run here the past few games. There's no doubt about it.
See how dirty ESPN did him?
No.
So he had an allegation issue coming in out of college, I think, something like that. I don't know what the whole situation was, but essentially it goes like to court and all this stuff. And then they said like, there isn't enough information to get them on any of this stuff. Like they dropped all the charges and all that stuff. So he didn't get in trouble for any of it. And ESPN does this whole segment before, I think it was Game 2 or Game 3, about that whole scandal again. And it's like, is this valid to be talking about on ESPN before a playoff game if he didn't get in trouble for any of it? And why
Carter Hart stopped playing hockey in January of 2024 after taking an indefinite leave of absence from the Philadelphia Flyers. This game is he was charged with sexual assault in connection to a 2018 Hockey Canada World Junior scandal. He sat out for the remainder of the season and the entirety of the 2024-25 season while facing legal proceedings. In July 2025, an Ontario judge acquitted Hart of all charges. After his acquittal, he returned to the NHL, signing with the Vegas Golden Knights. You know what? Go fucking win it, Carter Hart.
That's kind of where I'm at too. And like, my thing was just like, yeah, he wasn't here because of this. Don't do a 20-minute segment on all the shit that he was charged with that he didn't get like he was acquitted on all of them. What are you doing, ESPN? ESPN pisses me off.
Bad anymore.
So much.
Once they got Disneyfied, it's been bad. It's been
They
bad
were talking about Wemby
Disneyfied.
and Brian Windhorst with the fingers. I was talking to my brother about it today. It was just, he was like, Wemby had a horrible game in Game 3 or Game 4, and he's like, and it was Brian Windhorst, so he went to high school with LeBron, so he thinks they're best friends, but they're not. And he's just like, I've been covering LeBron, and LeBron's great in those games, and Wemby's not. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, he's supposed to be the guy, and he wasn't doing it. And I was like, this is so stupid. I just turn it off now. It's a waste of time. It sucks. I just tune in for Scott Van Pelt now. That's the only one I like.
I like Van Pelt. I think Van Pelt is kind of like the OG of OG. He's still doing Stuart Scott. When he gave his little homage to Stuart Scott for his birthday a couple months back, it was like, that's guy cry moments right there.
Yep.
I grew up watching both of those guys every morning in my summers as a chubby youth. That's the cooler than the other side of the pillow story. But to your point, the Vegas Golden Knights, it's a very similar story. Right now, these parallel storylines for the NHL finals and the NBA finals is kind of fun. Currently, the Hurricanes and the Canadiens are going into Canadiens, where Carolina leads the series 2-1. And then Hurricanes currently in Game 4 in Canada, mind you, are up 3-0, and we're about halfway through the second period at this time.
Anything could happen, but this Carolina team is pretty goddamn good. And
this
Carolina versus
team
Vegas
against
for
the
hockey
Knights,
is funny. Yeah, it could be fun.
That's going to be a series, and that's going to not be a great one, especially if you're either of these teams, because you're going to have to fly 4 hours in each direction. Because you got to go clean across the country in each way. Now, granted, you're flying private, you're kicking it, but I mean that's a 3-hour time difference this time of year.
Yep,
that's a lot. That's a lot to manage
for both teams, though. At the end of the day, who is the number one seed if they both go?
I believe the number one seed would be the Hurricanes because I do believe that they won their division.
Oh, they're both. Yeah, but so did the Knights.
Did they now?
I don't know how that works.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Who knows? Maybe they just go off a record. I don't know how this hockey thing works. Get Vince on the line. Call Vince part 2.
I'm sorry. I just saw the White Sox box score again. They just put up 5 runs again. It's 14-1. I love this. Sorry.
Let's go, White Sox. It's fun. It's fun when you're.
Oh, also as a caveat, the Cubs did win today. Pre-jack? No pre-jack.
A little. It's like I'm not 12 anymore, Mike. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I know how to take care of my business.
I'm not an umpire in baseball, dude. I know how to do this.
I know. But yeah, also the Cubs did win today, just so people don't yell at us if they only listen to half the podcast. That's not their fault.
Hey, way to get off the schneid, Cub fans.
Well done. But yeah, all of that being said, I feel like Carolina's going to win this game. I feel like since they're winning it away and they go up and have to, I mean, they have to fly to Montreal too. That's not a tiny little flight either, but like going up there
no,
for
that's
Carolina.
not. Now, granted, that's still East Coast if we're talking Canada.
Time-wise, yeah. But
yeah, but still, you go straight up north.
Yeah, that's
right?
4
you
hours.
Go straight north. Yeah, is it? I don't know how long.
Probably.
How long is a flight from Raleigh, North Carolina? Here we go.
Dead air.
About 2 hours.
Oh,
2
damn,
hours,
I was
20
wrong.
minutes nonstop. You're way wrong.
It's all right. I look fast.
You look like you're about to take over for Kyle Busch's number 8.
Hey, rest in peace. Did we
You
talk
look
about
like
that?
you're all right. I don't believe we did. So to everybody listening to this podcast last week, racing lost a legend in Kyle Busch, passed of sepsis, which was pneumonia.
He got pneumonia, and then 6 hours later he gets sepsis and dies?
If you're sick, people, take care of yourself.
It's terrifying, though. It's like, holy shit, that happened so fast.
He was 41 years old.
Yeah.
I've met Kurt Busch.
His brother.
So I met the big brother, Kurt Busch. I talked to him for like 10 minutes. Oddly enough, a Cub fan. They're both from Las Vegas originally, and they grew up watching WGN. We talked about baseball for a long time. Didn't talk a lick about racing. Kind of funny, isn't it?
Yeah. Because I don't watch it.
Yeah, well, I watch it, and Kyle Busch is arguably one of the best drivers to ever strap on a helmet. I mean, owned majority of what Sprint Cup. Was never Winston, but from Sprint Cup to now what it is today to, the General Cup Series, then to trucks and all of it. One of the best drivers of an entire generation. It's like this is modern day Dale Earnhardt dying. That's the best way I could put it.
Feels like it.
That's not an oversight at all.
Yeah, it wasn't in the sport, but like definitely as a shock and somebody of legend, you're like, holy shit, that's it's horrible.
Modern day like
Dale
dying.
Yeah,
I guess in a weird way, and this is going to sound bad, but like I wish he passed in a race, because at least that way you went doing what you loved, but you just hate to see this. Is so sad, and R.I.P. to Kyle Busch, and you pray for his family. It's just not ideal. But one of the best drivers to ever do it. So they'll honor the rest of his season there. What's odd, there's been no words from his brother, at least that I've seen publicly.
He's probably dealing with it the way that he wants to, and he'll talk about it in a week or so. That's got to be shocking.
Yeah, who knows? But he was like a character. Like he would go on Pardon My Take and stuff, and they would talk a bunch of stuff. Like he was a good time. It's just kind of sad.
Yep.
So,
out of nowhere.
Let's talk back to hockey, Vince. So if you had to throw a dart by next week, this time we're recording, the Hurricanes and the Knights are game 1 going into next Thursday?
Maybe game 2 at that point, depending on how they turn. I don't know how they would end up scheduling it, but you got to feel like it's probably game 2 at that point.
If the series ends on Friday, so the Hurricanes go home, play Friday. So after tonight, they win this game. Now it's a 3-1 series. They go home. They got all the juice for game 5. There's nothing telling me that's the night.
You can play on Monday.
By next Wednesday. No, you'd play Wednesday. If I had to throw a dart, they'll give them a full 4 to 5. Give them the weekend.
They gave them 3 in the last.
I feel like they would want to start it on a Wednesday, but it just depends because the only reason I bring that up is let's look at the NBA final schedule.
We don't know yet.
Because that's more fixed.
We also don't know yet. We don't know when it starts. Depends.
June 3rd.
Automatically?
That's game 1. No matter automatic. That's what's set to be at this time.
So if they go to 7, they're going to have what, 2-3 days?
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Well, it's going to be a fun final season. And then we will get to the dog days of summer where there's nothing to talk about but Bears training camp and baseball.
That we'll start drafting our Mount Rushmores of like shooting guards and shit. It's going to get real bleak. Get excited, kids.
Get excited, kids, because we're about there. And then the only thing we have to look forward to, like I said, is NFL training camp. Yeah. And then we'll talk about how the Bears just brought in AJ Espinosa on a tryout basis.
Yay.
And then we could also discuss why Cam Jordan could potentially be a great fit because he fits in DA's defense, even though he's 39 years old.
Yeah, I'm good on that. Josh Sweat's available. Should we trade for him? Yeah, we got all those really exciting conversations.
Or we could talk about how Kyler Gordon can't stay on the field because he has a laundry list of soft tissue injuries.
Yeah,
and
that's why we got. That's why we got the new corner. Oh yeah, NFL news. Kyler Murray throwing in practice today. It is an all-time battle to see who starts at the beginning of the year. Yeah, he's throwing really well.
There's not a doubt that he starts. Why did you bring him in if you would have thought that JJ was the guy? Dude, if you would have thought JJ was the guy last year, you'd be like, okay, he doesn't need competition.
Pressure cooker.
We're fine. Now they're like, Kyler, get your little happy ass in here. Conspiracy shades.
It's a pressure cooker, Mike. They bring him in to get the pressure on up. JJ competes well, comes in and plays. Pressure cooker.
All right. I like the way you're looking at this. The way you're looking at this, my guy.
Some are saying. Shades Vince, conspiracy Vince. That is what it is.
Vince, with the shades, you oddly look like you could be the announcer of a Texas high Class A or high school football game.
Oh, yeah. It's like, and there's Bo running down the field. That's 3 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Bo. So he's going to go.
There goes Bo down the sideline.
That's Bo Bondarian going down the sideline.
These kids in this dang NIL money, I tell you, buddy, they weren't doing that back in my day.
He go ahead and committed to Tech this year. We'll see how he does this year, but, no Baker Mayfield.
Oh, Sorsby was denied his motion. How about that? We didn't talk about that.
Makes sense. Yep. You got to deny it. You have to deny it.
Yeah, you got to deny it. But Vince, he could be a guy in a Rule 5 draft that an NFL team could pick him up early. And before you know it.
Do they do Rule 5 drafts in the NFL?
Yeah, they do.
I didn't even know that.
They do an amateur draft. Oh, yeah. So he could be somebody that, team maybe like the Vikings takes a shot on. Maybe more competition for JJ.
Maybe. Pressure cooker. It's do you want to invite that distraction? That's what that is.
Well, as long as he goes to therapy, you hope he gets right and he doesn't continue to gamble on, Japanese ping pong at 5 a.m.
Just wait to go to therapy for the third day of the draft. That's what I always say.
Third day of the draft, go to therapy. Make sure your ex-wife's okay with it. That's all that you got to do.
Yeah. Pay child.
It's just like when all those guys are like, hey, we're drafting you right here. How do you feel? Good, coach. How are you? Oh, I'm great. No, you're not.
I'm sad.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not good at all.
You're not good at all. You're dealing with a lot, but I'm excited to be a New England Patriot.
If you're dealing with a lot and you just want to call in and just vent, just tell the boys how you're feeling. Make sure you do it, okay? Chicago Joe has done it. We got Pimp Charlie this week? Was it Pimp Charlie this week?
I think so. I think that's what his name was.
So was our Southside Pimp calling in?
Yeah.
312-725-2107. If you haven't done it yet, make sure you do it. Air it out. Leave your thoughts. As always, people, we'll be seeing you next week.
Peace.
Talking tales with Mike and Vince. Oh, you know. Jazzy beats while we dispense. Yeah, you know.